Let me tell you what's going to happen with XRP after I look at the markets and all the present trials. And there are a lot more bills in the house now and things are clearer in the crypto space. This is so I can give you a pretty full look at what the price of XRP might do. Now, pay close attention, because if everything goes as planned, my earlier guesses about when the price of XRP might hit its highest point were not nearly as optimistic as I thought. I'll talk about this in more depth in today's show. Pay close attention to what I show you, because being able to use AI and have all of these tools is really cool. I'm going to show you how I'm going to break things down. I basically went to Grok and asked it some questions about what had happened in the market recently. I asked, if the Fed were to lower rates to 1%, how much more do you think XRP could rise by the end of 2026? This is because the price of XRP has recently gone up and new crypto laws have been passed. I use 1% in a long time frame because that's what Trump wants. Now, they want to get rid of Jerome Powell and say he should be fired and maybe even jailed for being dishonest. Still, I do believe that a rate of 1% from the Federal Reserve is possible. The market will change a lot soon because of this. It's much easier to see how that would look after Grok breaks down the numbers. Even though we already knew this, these things would happen if interest rates were 1%. Of course, people will be more ready to risk things. It's not as appealing to hold fixed income assets now. The rates are low. This makes people and businesses look for investments with higher returns like crypto or XRP. Liquidity will also go up because it will be easier for people to borrow money. This could lead to more money entering the crypto markets. People have seen this link. In fact, it's 90% connected to M2. The dollar will lose strength because of this. That is, if interest rates go down, dollar investments like XRP might be more appealing. Stocks keep going through the same thing. Low interest rates mostly make people want to get into the crypto business in this way. You can see, based on all of this, Grok tries to guess how much XRP could go up. Since rates could be cut by 1%, more money could move into crypto. This would cause XRP to rise above what was predicted. XRP might go up by 200. That isn't think about anything else. Doesn't look at ETFs, the secret road buy, or anything else. Rog and I had already talked about a lot of the things, so the next thing I wanted to know was what he thought the price of XRP would be if XRP ETFs got over $100 billion, 0 cents in new money. They make a big difference in, as we saw with Bitcoin ETFs, the cost. I believe the 100 billion came in is likely to happen in the next 18 months or so. That's why I said that. It's been about a year and a half now. What do you think could happen? Grok talks down what this means. He says that the extra demand could be met by the supply that is already out there if $100 billion of 0 cents comes into XRPs and is spent all on XRP. The market value is $23 billion, 0 cents right now, and you'd add $100 billion, 0 cents to it, making it $33 billion, 0 cents. $512, 0 cents would be the new price for XRP in this case. Okay, so during previous crypto bull runs, the prices of altcoins like XRP went up 5 to 10 times because of energy from both regular people and big investors. A safe multiple of 2 to 3x on the price rise caused by the ETF is a fair value for XRP since it has a history of being a trustworthy ETF. It's also clear that the Fed's decision to cut interest rates by 1% will make this snowball even bigger. Besides that, trust withdrawals should also be taken into account since they add to the supply that is then locked back up. But I'm getting off track. There are many different models here, as you can see. I think that both of those things will likely happen in the next 18 months. A bullish prediction would be between 20 and a dollar a cents. I don't think this is completely impossible. I think that sounds really cool. So this is the main reason why I'm setting this price goal, right? It's probably between $20, 0 cents and $25, 0 cents. I agree with the guess and believe it's accurate, but there's one more thing I can't figure out on my own. That's why I also put this in a Grok to give you a cool answer. It bought the hidden road and took over about 10% of Swift's business. On top of everything else that had been said, like ETFs coming in and the Fed cutting rates, I asked for a bullish price estimate if XRP saw a few trillion more transactions every day over the course of the year. Let's be clear, this is what we're interested in. The Federal Reserve lowering interest rates to 1%, XRP taking over 10% of Swift's business, and of course, Hidden Road. We already knew that the Ripple team would delay deals on the XRP system that have roads that are hidden, putting those parts together, if you will. That's what we're doing here. Still, the price could reach $100, 0 cents, to $150, 0 cents by the end of 20 if all of these things happen at the same time. This is what I call a hyper bullish scenario. Just wanted to show you that XRP has a lot of potential. If it's worth less than 30,000 of that now, it's crazy to think that it could be worth $100, 0 cents, or $150, 0 cents by the end of 2014. That's equal to 340 cents in XRP right now. That is 30 times gains. We can all agree on that as the reason for this bullish forecast. A lot of people could get very rich with that price increase. This is why I believe a lot of people are wrong about XRP going up. I want to make it clear that I believe this is a good case. Right now, XRP is having a lot of good things happen. Even so, this prediction is still very good because those conditions are met. A lot of people think we'll take over all of Switzerland's business, but it's not likely to happen. And it's not likely to happen. That's why I didn't want to use that in this model to give you this answer. Another possibility is that the holes aren't even from hitting the roads since they keep getting bigger. We also know that this will begin to happen in the US, Europe, and maybe even Australia and Canada. I'm not even talking about the fact that many banks will start to store crypto, which could lead to trades worth billions of dollars in XRP. This game has many pieces. I put all this together. I think a lot of you already know that XRP is much better than you think. So let's show you what it can do. A lot of good things could happen here. I mean, a rise of 1,815%, all the way up to a rise of 4,273% from $300, 0 cents. That being said, I'm about to trade a bunch of XRP. I want to make sure that you can see those moves as soon as I make them. That way you can get free access to really good market information that's free for you. You know, getting into my Discord and Telegram groups is all it takes to see it. All you have to do to get in is join one of the 2 exchanges I work with. They both have great bonuses. You can get a 10% deposit bonus from BTCC and a trade bonus of up to $8,000, 0 cents from BitNix, just for using their exchange. It would be silly not to think about it. Yes, it's very easy to do. You only need to click on one of the 2 links I've given you to get to my website. All right, now I'm going to do a lot of different things with XRP. If you want to get the free high quality market info I give out, I want you to see my trades as soon as I make them. That is free for you. People who follow me on Telegram or Discord will be able to see it. Sign up for one of the 2 exchanges I work with. You'll be in because they both offer great prizes. BitNix Exchange lets you earn up to $8,000, 0 cents for dealing. And BTCC gives you a 10% bonus when you make a deposit.